Well, today is not a Thursday, and I know I haven't done a Thursday lately, and probably, I'm throwing it out there. It was probably July. We were probably almost 5 months, which is crazy. Obviously, I got off the Thursday lately kind of trend for kind of a while. I've been a terrible blogger too. I bet I've only posted a couple times since really swimming started, and it's crazy because swimming is almost over. We have states this weekend, so we just have a few more days left of practice, and then we head up Thursday for state. So I'm taking one girl, I'm taking Gabby, and she did just incredible last weekend at sectionals. Actually, all my girls did really good. I was really proud of each and every one of them, so that was super exciting. It's really rewarding when you can finish the season and everyone has great times because, they've just tried so hard all season long, and I know that I've tried my best, and so I want it to work out really good for them. So we've had a really good week, and swimming's gone really well this year, and I think this year was good for me because I really tried to enjoy the girls this year, and I tried to just get to know a lot more of them, and so that was kind of fun. But anyway, it's almost over, so I'm hoping that I get back to blogging really soon because I do miss it. I think that was part of it. The second part of it was that we've kind of been going through, since July, after my surgery, we've kind of had a lot of things that has been on my mind, and it's kind of been hard for me to articulate a little bit because I kind of waver from feeling extremely sorry for myself to feeling like I don't have anything to complain about to having just all these emotions and I don't know what to do with them. And yeah, I think that's probably been why I've not blogged a lot, is I think what I've realized is that sometimes we as people want to just pretend that our lives are perfect. And I'm not saying I have a terrible life, because I don't, because I have a really great life. But what started off with me blogging or video blogging to kind of help get through struggles that have been going on in my life, like infertility and stuff. I think I've told myself in the last few months that I'm not allowed to blog or feel sorry for myself. I don't want to feel sorry for myself. That was wrong to say, but I think I've just not been real. And I started this blog for a lot of different reasons. I wanted to try to put myself out there for anyone else that is dealing with any kind of infertility issues and doesn't have anyone to talk to. And also for my own healing. And I think I've kind of shoved a lot of those feelings aside. Don't get me wrong, I've talked to people about it, but I have just not used this as very much an outlet. So with that going forward, I'm going to give you an update on our infertility journey. And I also want you to know that from going forward, I'm going to try to be more real and be more open with the things going on. I know some of you probably think I'm way too open, but this for me right now, over the next few months and maybe years, is I really need this outlet to get my feelings across, not to people, but just for my own self. I think when you write something down, or if you are doing a video blog, it just kind of releases it for you, and it's really healing to be able to rewatch or reread. Kind of where you've come from, to think, I know a year ago, I probably thought the same thing. I was like, I can't go a whole nother year without getting pregnant and having a baby, and I just don't think I'm going to be able to survive. And the reality is I have survived. And I've been really disappointed along the way, and things aren't great still. And we're still not pregnant. And we're going into the 19th month of trying to have a baby, which is crazy. And I know that there's some people out there that have gone years and years and years. And we may be that person. I can't even, I don't like going there in my brain because I just don't. But I just really need to use this as my, I need to stop shoving things down, holding things down. And like I said, I don't do that. I mean, all my family and everyone that really knows me knows what's going on. But I really want to make sure that I'm real. I know that I've had a lot of people tell me that, just reading my blog or reading things that I've gone through or listening to a video or something has really helped them. And I feel like I've disappointed myself with what I promised I was going to do and be open. So, anyway, that was kind of a lot of words for not really a lot of info. But basically, we went through we had our lap in July, and they found endometriosis and a blocked tube and another little masty thing that they took off. And so I was really positive, and we were supposed to spend the next 3 months, and try on our own and to come back. Well, we had to go back a few months ago and have the conversation as what's next. So he recommended doing an IUI, and I thought, okay, that's great. Well, that was a little more hands-on than I knew. So last month we did our first IUI, which is intrauterine insemination, and that involved taking a little white pill that gave myself horrid headaches, horrid, not even headaches, migraines. They were terrible. I'm a little afraid of them again. And then giving myself shots every day for about a week and a half. And then we had to go in for a procedure, and then I had to take this lovely progesterone that I didn't get to take orally. So for those of you that know, it wasn't a cream. You can kind of guess what I had to do with them. Those were not fun. They were not fun. I basically felt like I was on my period for 3 weeks because you had to wear panty liners, and you just felt kind of disgusting. But anyway, our first one did not work, so we're one down. We have to take a month off this month, which is probably better. Me and Luke basically aren't even in the same town for about a week. So we have to take a month off because the medicines I took overstimulated my ovaries enough where I guess that's just their rule. Me being the one that likes to really control things, didn't want a break, but we did. No, we did. We are in the process of doing that. So I had a really hard time. I think I started crying. Well, it was not this last Friday, but the Friday before that and like the day before I knew I had to go in for my blood test. I just kind of knew. I don't know how I knew, except that aside from, I didn't really know I was pregnant the first time that I got pregnant either. But I've kind of known that I haven't been pregnant all the other times. And it's not like it's always the same thing where it's always not. So I guess maybe that's why I thought I wasn't. But like the Thursday before I had to go in for my blood test to see if I was pregnant or not from that last cycle, I think I cried most of the day on Thursday. And then I woke up and took a test, and obviously it was negative. And then I had to go in for a blood test just so it was in my chart. But I cried all day Friday. It was pretty teary on Saturday. And I had a really hard time. And for some reason, it was harder than normal. And I don't know if it was because the expectation is such that, like, you're doing all these things. And so, you have a pretty good chance. So anyway, I was really disappointed. I was really sad. There's been days here or there that I get sad again because I'm just not a patient person. And I guess in some ways, I don't know, I don't really feel like this is teaching me how to be patient. Like, I'm forced to be patient because I can't control this. Like, I have learned that this is one area that I can't control. Like, I've done the take 24 pills a day, vitamins. I've given up pop. I've done the whole tracking my cycles. Like, I feel like I've controlled this situation as much as I can, and I can't control this anymore. And it's frustrating. It's really frustrating because I've always been able to at least somewhat control things. Okay, the only other thing that I wasn't able to control was when me and Luke were getting married. And I, of course, was ready to get married a little bit before he was. And so that made not very pleasant times for a little while, but I feel like I'm kind of back in that same kind of mode. And one of the biggest things that I've been upset with myself is that I sometimes have a hard time being able to determine the correct feelings that I'm allowed to have with being sad and having to go through this. And like sometimes I think I muddy those with feeling like guilt because we're so blessed. And I don't know how to marry the two. Like I don't know how to sit here and say, like sometimes I feel guilty with how I feel when in the same breath that I'm trying to trust God that He knows what's best for us. And I do know that. I just sometimes feel like I'm not allowed to feel a certain way because then that means I'm not really like trusting or giving the situation over. It just sucks. Basically, it just really sucks. So I know a lot of people have gone through it. Sometimes it's hard because I don't like have a close friend that's going through it, so I don't have really anyone that I can talk to right now that's going through that. I know some people that have gone through it, and they're really super encouraging to me. And I have another friend, some family friends that their daughters both have gone through that and are in a situation right now that they are having to, be on bed rest for their sweet babies. And so, honestly, I am thankful and I'm super grateful. And so I think that's why when I think about, these people that have gone through that and how blessed I am and how I haven't had it worse than other people, I just feel guilty and I don't know how to handle those two feelings, if that makes sense. So anyway, it is, here we are in November, and my goal in the next couple weeks is to just try to be a good wife and to enjoy Thanksgiving and look forward to the things that I have right in front of me. My best friend is going to be home tomorrow. At first, she'll be home for 2 whole weeks, and so I know that we won't get to see each other all the time because I'll actually be gone for a few days for state, and then she'll be gone a few days for thing here or there. But I'm just really excited to be able to see her and see Ellery and see her husband. So I'm really excited. My sisters will be home for Thanksgiving. So that's kind of my goal. But anyway, I just wanted to give you an update. This is really, really long, and I'm sorry that you had to listen through it. Hopefully, if you got bored, you've stopped this by now. But that's what's been going on with me. I don't know if I'm going to try to be a blogger or a vlogger, but I'm going to try to utilize this blog. I'm not going to publish it to the world and put it on Facebook or anything, but I'm just going to try to keep this blog as just a tool that I can utilize to, work through these struggles that I have going on. And I hope that if any of you that watch this ever want to talk or chat or have a question or whatever, I love to talk because most of you know me, I do love talking. And if you want to talk about infertility, I would love to talk about it with you because I'm always up for that. I always am willing and ready to have a conversation with someone that, needs to know or needs a help or something. So anyway, I hope you're having a great Monday, and I hope you have a good week, and I will talk to you soon.